Hey everyone, Mike here from ArnoldTutoring.com with another good ratio question. This is the second type of common ratio question that we're looking at here. The first one was just setting up the ratio and solving for one of the missing values. In this case, we're given a ratio and we're given the sum total of things. In this case, it's students that are involved in that ratio. So let's read the question and take a look at what we're doing. The ratio of girls to boys in Mrs. Smith's math class is 5 to 4. If there are 27 kids in the class, how many boys need to be added to make the ratio 1 to 1? So, again, we're given a ratio as usual, and so that's the clue A, that it's a ratio question, if this didn't give it away before, and that we're going to want to write that in fraction form. Remember, that's the key to ratio questions. Write it in a fraction. So 5 to 4 becomes 5 over 4. And you can write a little note to yourself what these indicate so that we always keep, this is girls to boys, so that we always keep it in mind that our numerator is going to signify girls, our denominator is going to signify the number of boys. Now, we don't know the number of each. Right? We don't know how many girls are in the class or how many boys are in the class. That's the first type of easy ratio question they could ask. They could say, if there are this many boys in the class, how many girls? And then we would just set up the ratio to be equal to 5 over 4. But in this case, we don't know how many. So since we don't know how many girls, let's just call it X. That's the number of girls that are in the class. Now, what's the one thing we do know about the number of kids in the class? That there's 27 total. So the number of boys in terms of X is then 27 minus X. And that should make sense. If there were 20 girls, you know there would be 7 boys, and you get that by doing 27 minus 20. So now we can solve for X, because what we need to do is we need to find the number of boys and the number of girls, figure out how many more girls there are than boys, and that will be the number of boys that need to be added to make the ratio 1 to 1. Remember, a 1 to 1 ratio is just equal amounts. So to solve all of these ratio questions, once we have them in fraction form, we do cross multiplication. So 5 times 27 minus x equals 4x. 5 times 27 is 135 minus 5x equals 4x. 135 equals 9x. And 135 divided by 9 equals x. So x equals 135 divided by 9 is 15. So remember, x being 15, that was the number of girls because we're in the numerator. So we know starting out currently the number of girls equals 15. Boys is 27 minus x, so 27 minus 15 equals 12. So currently we have 12 boys, 15 girls. Now, easy question to get the ratio 1 to 1, we just want them to be equal. So we do 15 minus 12 equals 3, so 3 more boys need to be added. This is a very common type of question where we're given a ratio and we're given the sum that make up the total ratio. So it's often a boys to girls question or men to women, and they say, oh, here's the total voters, or here's the total students, or whatever it may be. You could also have a ratio question like this where it's a recipe. So it could be 2 parts water and 1 part flour, and that's the ratio, and then you have a total, a total volume of liquid or cookie dough or whatever it is. So look for those totals, and then because we don't know the individual ingredients of the individual number of boys or girls, set one of them to x and then use the total to find the other one in terms of x. Hopefully you found this helpful. You can always email us more questions, info@arnoldtutoring.com. Thanks so much.